So here I am with my old Mini. This is a 67, 68 Mini panel van, which was Australian built. And I've been through a lot with this car. It's been all over the place with me. Carried my drums in it, been to gigs. I've tackled it multiple times, fixing it, fixing the engine, repairing things, and recently, about 3 years ago, I did a spray job on it. But after sitting out in the rain for a couple of years, I've discovered some bubbly rust. So I scraped it and the scrape became bigger, and I realised that I've got tons of rust in it. So I decided that I should really do the only sensible thing, and that is crack on and pretend that there's a bottomless pit of money. So join me as I go through and try to restore the bits on this car that are rusty, cut them out, repair them with new panels, and it's going to be quite an adventure.
Rockets are falling through the holes in the bottom of my pockets. So when it comes to factors, my clothes are just untied. That is never factored in what would make a typical day. A typical day.
So here we are again. Let's have a look at the bits that I'll be tackling and trying to fix. Common rust spots for the Mini. The side here, we have this corner, which is pretty badly rusted. You can actually see right inside there, so that's going to need repair. Underneath here, there's some rust spots on the back here. This was badly repaired at some stage with fiberglass. So I'm going to actually cut that entire valance panel out, put a new one in. There's a rust spot on the back door which I'm going to cut out and try to fill or replace the bottom section of the door altogether. Move along here. It's pretty good there. You'll see here there's the rear section, which is also a bad rust spot there, which I'm going to have to cut out. And I've found that you can actually get panels from Magnum that can replace this whole back section here. So I'm going to put a list of all the parts so you can track what I'm doing. And on the side, again, some bad rust along here. Again, the repair panel goes all the way from here around to the side, so that should be able to sort that problem out. Move along a bit further. Again, on this side, we have this section which is quite bad, and then along the bottom the sill was really bad, so I've actually already cut that out using an angle grinder cutting blade, and cut along the bottom here, and that entire sill I can get and replace. There's some holes on the bottom which I'm going to have to fix as well. If we go inside, the floor's pretty rusty, so I've bashed that down to get out some of the dents in it, and I'm going to scrape that back and try to clean it. If I can't, I might have to replace that floor panel as well. And generally inside it's pretty clean. Today I tackled this join here that was actually broken, so that was my first attempt at MIG welding. And it's a bit rough, but it should clean up okay. And in here you can see a couple of holes that I'm going to need to patch up. The back underneath the battery box, there's quite a bit of rust, which I'm going to have to scrape out and try to clean. Let's see if I can get in there. You can see inside there. Yeah, it's not done yet. Move to the front. The front right hand side wing has got some rust here and here, so I'm going to have to probably take the hinges off and see if I can clean up that panel. There's quite a bad piece of rust here. It's been cut out of the front wing, which I might be able to cut out, put a new panel in there. This bottom section down here has a couple of little spots which I'll need to cut out and check. Might be able to just put a small repair panel in there as well. And I've taken the side seams off here so I could see if there's any rust there, and that looks pretty good. So that's all pretty cleaned up. Clean that up with the wire wheel and the angle grinder. And we come back over to the other side. Here, again, same sort of story on this side. There's a rust spot there. And a few more down the seam. But this other A section panel is not so bad. So I'll have to check that out. Down here looks pretty good. Doors are pretty good. I'm going to have to replace this quarter window rubber because that's totally knackered from the water coming in. You can see here it's completely perished, so that's going to have to be repaired. And so there we go. They're the main things. So let's see how we go.